normal in a society. Fine now. The abnormal in a society, it tends to be normal. If it keep on going on, it tends to be normal.
Yeah.
Yet it's abnormal. It's abnormal to see someone playing with the corpse, to see someone unclothing the dead body and took their belongings, the belongings of a dead person. So it's very, very strange. But then these people, they don't care. It's, they are used to to that situation, and which is now they have a problem. They really need help.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's move on to Precious. Precious, can you hear? Can you hear?
I can. Yeah.
Precious, yeah. Please read. Please read the part that touched your heart the most. Yeah.
Okay, but I will for now put on my time. I'm gonna get to the other part. Okay, I'm gonna read.
There's some problem with the connection. Please, can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay. Keep
Can
going.
you hear?
Yeah. Let's keep going. Yeah.
I would like to mention a few similar surprises on how much we could enjoy. We were unable to clean our teeth, and yet, in spite of that, and a severe vitamin deficiency, we had healthier gums than ever before. We had to wear the same shirt for half a year until they had lost all appearances of being shirts. For days, we were unable to wash, eventually, even partially, because of the frozen water pipes. And yet the sores and abrasions on hands which were dirty from work in the soil did not separate, that is, unless they were frostbites. Or in instance, a lighter sleeper, or for instance, a light sleeper who used to be disturbed by the slightest noise in the next room now found himself lying pressed against a comrade who snored loudly a few inches from his ear, yet slept quite soundly through the noise. If someone now asks of us the truth of Dr. Cage's statement that flatly defines a man as being who can get used to anything, we would reply, yes, a man can get used to anything, but do not ask us how. But our physiological investigations have not taken us that far yet. Neither had we prisoners reached that point. We were still in the first place, we were still in the first phase of our psychological reaction. The thought of suicide was entertained by nearly everyone, if only for a brief time. It was born of the hopelessness of the situation, the constant danger of death looming over us daily and hourly, and the closeness of the death suffered by many of the others. From personal convictions, which will be mentioned later, I made myself a firm promise on my first evening in the camp that I will not run into the wire. This was a phrase used in the camp to describe the most popular method of suicide, touching the electricity charged barbed wire fence. It was not entirely difficult for me to make this decision. There was little point in committing suicide, since for the average inmate, life expectation calculating objectively and counting all likely chances was very poor. Yeah, for me, that was the part that touched me the most.
Okay.
Because first of all, where he points out that there were people before they got into the concentration camps. They had like little comfort. Something like, I cannot sleep. I'm a light sleeper, for instance. But all of a sudden, when they were inside, they could endure all kinds of circumstances. if you were a light sleeper, all of a sudden, now you can sleep next to a guy who's snoring so loudly. The comforts, the little comforts of, oh, I cannot do that. But all of a sudden, in the concentration camps, those things were like illusions that just dissolved. Because now they were able, it's like you enjoy something that you never thought you would. You were able to say, oh, I'm a light sleeper. But I hear a noise, I wake up. But all of a sudden, in the concentration camps, they were just, you could sleep. And then the second part is for me is the human ability to endure suffering. For me, that was what touched me. It was like the humans can really survive anything under any circumstances. A human being can actually survive something, if something that they thought they would never survive, but they can survive it. And then secondly, it was the suicide. I mean, the thought that everyone was thinking about it, but the choice they had to make was, I'd rather die like this than like this. It means they were willing to survive. It became also a drive to survive. Those suicidal thoughts, but like, why would I wanna go through a wire? Because the suicide rate was so high, it was easier for them to think like that. But they were, at the same time, I think I lost my point. At the same time, he wasn't willing to do it. He could do it. It was readily available, yeah, but he chose not to do it. The choice, the choosing to survive in spite of suicide being near. Yeah, that one touched me, because a human being could easily, I want to end the suffering by dying. But there was suicide. You can easily throw yourself in the wire, but he still chooses, no, I will not do that.
Yeah.
I will rather stay in the suffering and find meaning in the suffering. Yeah, that for me was touching.
Good. So good. Now let's move on to Sam Kelly. So yeah, please find. Please read the part that touched your heart the most. Yeah. What is impressed?
To return to the convoy about to depart, there was made a time of desire to consider moral or ethical issues. Every man was controlled by one thought only: to keep himself alive, or the family waiting for him at home, and to serve his friend with no hesitation. Therefore, he would arrange for another person, another number, to take his place in the transport.
Can you hear?
As I have already chosen, the most brutal of the prisoners were chosen for this role, although there were some petty exceptions. But apart from the selection of couples, which was undertaken by the SS men, there was a sort of self-selecting process going on the whole time among all of the prisoners. On the average, only those prisoners could keep alive who, after years of trekking from camp to camp, had lost all scruples in their fight for existence. They were prepared to use every means honest and otherwise, even brutal force, theft, and betrayal of their friends in order to save themselves. We who have come back by the aid of many lucky chances or miracles, whatever one may choose to call them, we know the best of us did not return. Yes, well, end here.
Yeah. Yeah. Then why that part touched you deeply?
Right. Firstly,
Oh my God, there is also, I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me?
this part before I
Yes, she can hear you.
okay. First, what interests me in this passage, this paragraph, the two paragraphs that I just read. First is personality and humility that I just picked from these two paragraphs. Here they are talking about that these men were willing to suffer for survival of their friends, their families. Yes, they were willing to suffer. That shows me that they care for each other. I see personality in this man, which is a basic of psychology, according to Freud. So, secondly, why they
Oh God. Please. Sam Kellyso, please. Please. You may stop. Please. I can hear you. I can hear you. There is problem with the connection. Can you hear me? Please call Dr. Kim. Yeah. Oh my God.
We can hear you.
you.
But I can hear you. Please.
We can hear.
Can you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear us now?
Now,
Yeah.
please call Dr. Kim. Please call Dr. Kim. Oh my God. What's wrong with the internet situation?
It's in your side, and we can hear you.
But I cannot hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you are
Sometimes
responding.
it's cutting. Yeah.
Oh, shame. Sorry. 아, 예, 선생님?
박사님, 이게 계속 끊어져요? 뭐가 문제일까요, 오늘? 쟤들 말이 계속 끊어져갖고 제가 하나도 못 듣겠어요.
지금 두 개 라우터를 이렇게 다른 거 여기 해봤는데 지금 두 개가 좀 다 안 되는 거거든요. 그러면 오늘은 네트워크가 여기가
네.
안 좋은 거거든요.
지금 박사님 말도 끊어졌다 들렸다 그래요.
네트워크 프로그램. 어저께는 괜찮았나요?
어제는 좀 끊어졌지만 그래도 괜찮아. 그냥 들을 만은 했거든요. 오늘은 그냥 지지지지지지 그래요.
음,
혹시 제가 나갔다 다시 들어와 볼까요, 박사님?
예, 그래.
한번 나갔다
아,
다시 들어와 볼게요, 박사님. 네.